mostly you just want to spend time with that person. And I think that's the key, is people are there for you. So be yourself and don't worry about what anyone thinks, because people are coming back to see what you think. Take another question.
Wait, Annie from Attack on Titan, right?
Yep.
So freaking sick.
Thank you. This one is mainly for Jesse, but I guess I'm gonna wrap it.
What was that?
I'm guessing. If you could do LARPing like long time, would you? And for the overall question for everyone else is, what would your character's name and fantasy race be?
Sprinting around your base.
You're up first, buddy. All right, well, Lord Batman is not my first fantasy choice. I have a D&D character. He's a hobgoblin named Grubthok the Deballer. He is a shaman, and he is wonderful. I won't get into any details, but you can guess what he does. Other than that, I mean, what would you guys be?
I mean, my D&D character's name is Rohasun, and he's a half elf, and he's only like level 3, because I've only played twice. But it's a great game. I'd love to play more. But yeah.
I'm really unoriginal, so I played a dwarf named Ashimo, who is a bard.
A
Dwarven bard. I'm not very successful. No one wants to listen to me.
The last time I played a race, it was World of Warcraft, and I was a blood elf hunter. So I forgot what my name was. It's probably like furry elf or something.
Last one I played was Final Fantasy 14, and I may have had a female Lalafell.
Yeah!
Suffer, cleric, pad edit again. In addition to Titanfall, I suck at rolling dice, so I usually get to, 5 to 10 is my average roll, so my party loves me. I don't heal them very well.
I feel like you just spoke Spanish. I don't even know what you said.
You didn't get that? It's a little 40 speak.
And yes, I would love to LARP again.
Yeah, I actually LARP in real life, and it's super fun. And my character's name is Mirror. I'm a half dragon thing, and I'm a counter mage.
How did you get that? We can be half dragons?
They're called Draken, but it's only certain LARPs that do it.
The cool ones.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
I think that's what Naomi was.
Let's take the next question.
Hello. So recently, over like the past maybe month and a half, I've had no life because I started playing Final Fantasy 14. It's the first MMO I've ever played, and I wondered if any of you played it, what server you play on, what do you think of it? And also, Jesse, I need you to say goopity gop 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 key.
Goopity gop 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 key! There you go.
Thank you very much.
It's an inside joke, you wouldn't get it, guys. Final Fantasy 14?
I mean, yes. Yeah, I have a level 50 Bard and level 50 Summoner. I play in Sargatanis. And, yeah, I'm excited for the expansion. I haven't had time to play yet, but go Leviathan.
Yeah, Leviathan's actually kind of a fun fight. But yeah, I have a level 50 Black Mage. I play on Diabolos, so.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
No worries.
Okay, so my question's for Jesse, but just so everyone feels better, I got a question for everyone else. Jesse, how upset would you be if after you left me at the expo, I ran into somebody that you wanted to see?
I mean, I would say, see me afterwards. But, look, guys, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. Today, I saw might have been the best Elizabeth cosplay ever. And I was busy at the time and couldn't track her down for a photo, and it broke my heart. So I tweeted, if you are alive, I need to find you. And then I searched for her, and then I don't mean this offensively, she became my white whale. I became Ahab, trying to hunt her down. And it was insane. It was insaneness. And I realized that I have a problem, because that poor girl is probably like, who is this weirdo trying to find me? So even though she doesn't know who I am. I assume you found her and you have a picture, and I will see you
10
afterwards.
feet away.
Story of my life.
Let's
take another question.
Sadly, not for Jesse.
Thank you.
I really liked the LARP episode. It was pretty good. I like seeing the undead armies fighting against the barbarians. Also, I like to go on vacation a lot, and I was wondering if every episode is going to be something that a normal gamer can go and do on his own for fun, like the aircraft thing or the LARP, or are there some that I need to have a YouTube channel and a budget to actually get to?
No, I mean, at this point, I mean, the farming, I mean, I guess you could go in your backyard for that one, but everything else, we went to places that were set up for, so like the flying one, we went to this, Sky Combat company in Vegas, and the driving one was a racetrack, but yeah, we try to keep it something that, game on the go, and you can go in the game, basically.
All right, any other answers?
I think that covered it.
Yeah, thank you.
Next question. Let's move over to this mic. Let's take a question over here.
I was going to ask if you think that if mobile gaming will ever surpass console gaming, because I'm going to school at Becker College around here, we're doing video games, and I know whenever we start a new project, everybody always jumps to like this huge game that's really complex, and nobody thinks like an app game. Even though they can be really successful, they just don't take it as seriously.
I mean, I think it's more accessible. So, yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe people play both. People who play a tablet game will play, Xbox, PlayStation, console, whatever. But, yeah, I think it's more accessible.
I think they'll sort of become a little bit merged in the sense that you'll be able to take your quote-unquote console with you, because it'll be about the size of this guy, and then when you're home, you can just plug it into your TV, and that's how you'll have your quote-unquote console.
Well, Adam, I mean, you went from working on a collectible card game, a tabletop game, to working on the Surface project. So obviously, you're putting your money where your mouth is. You do believe that, that products like the Surface, that this is a really important.
D&D, similar games. I think those will always have a place in people's hearts. I think it's fun social activity to be able to get around it, a kitchen table and play those games. I think that's always going to be a part of our culture. At least I hope it is. I enjoy it a lot. But absolutely, I think it depends on where you are in your life and what you're doing. For me, I have kids, I have a lot of responsibilities. It's hard for me to sit down in front of the console and do it, but when I travel, it's actually one of the benefits of traveling is I actually get to do probably more gaming on the road than I do at home. So it's pretty cool that way. I think, again, it depends on your lifestyle, where you're at, whether you're going to have your big PC hooked up and gaming there, or you're going to go.
Microsoft Storage places. So are you ever going to use that connection to have us do some of the show?
Say that again?
Using people from just gamers that are connected to the YouTube community and the local Microsoft stores, and then vloggers.
Yeah.
Just to do your show.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly something I think you and I talked about, and it's certainly a possibility depending on where this might go in the future.
Oh,
and,
God.
I think that could be certainly something to do. I think fan engagement and, bringing you guys into shows might be a cool angle. So, yeah, definitely.
Let's go back here on the left.
My name is Liz. The last game I played was Nino Kuni.
Awesome.
So I am a high school teacher. I spent a lot of time working with teenagers, and I've definitely noticed the past few years sort of a surge in the popularity of gaming. And, I mean, I guess we all know that gaming has become the cool thing to do. Do you think there's sort of a direct correlation between the development of this on-the-go, in-the-hand technology and the rise in the popularity of gaming in younger generations, or dot, dot, dot?
So certainly I think as technology progresses, you are going to see more opportunities. People will say, hey, this is a great thing to start developing for. We've seen that across tablets. I think as tablets have gained popularity, people have been developing for tablets, and people are going to be interested in pursuing careers where they can develop for tablet or phone or any devices that are gaining traction within the general population. Absolutely.
Back over here.
Oh, one more thing before you guys all start funneling out is we are going to be giving away something at the end, so you may not want to leave just yet. Although the odds for everyone else increase.
How you guys doing today? I had a question with Geek and Sundry now working with Polaris and other groups, and now with Microsoft. Is there something that's just driving the multiple networks to work together, or is it just the community saying let's all get together and do stuff together, like the YouTube community?
Yeah, no, a lot of it really is just the community. I mean, we love all these guys' work, and they all have their own channels. They're not in a network with us or anything. It's just, for our shows, we want to highlight the best people and the people who we think are the most genuine, authentic for the show. So yeah, I mean, yeah, we're fine with Polaris.
Thank you, guys.
Let's go over here.
Hi, my name's Brian. The last game I played was Masa Rebirth on the PS Vita. I don't have a question. I just wanted to thank you guys for the hours, days, years of entertainment you give us. Especially you, Jesse. You're my favorite.
Okay, Jesse, we get it that you rigged the panel. It's fine.
I don't think we can say anything. I'm just
back over here.
Hi, my name's Nora. I actually have a question for Ashley, because you said that a fundamental part of you and your brother's relationship was gaming, and that got me thinking that was actually a big part of my relationship with my brother. We used to actually have races to see who could finish The Legend of Zelda first.
Nice.
So I'm wondering, do you think that that's the great ender of sibling rivalry, or do you think that that's just going to exacerbate the problem eventually?
I'm not sure. I guess it depends on the siblings. With me and Anthony, it was actually a really positive thing. I feel like we ended fights by playing games together. But for other siblings, I'm sure it's the start of many conflicts that go on for years. I see you nodding in the front row. Yeah. So I guess it depends on the siblings, but I think it's a really awesome tool to have kids that might not be that similar bond, which is cool.
Great, thank you.
Hi, my name is Jessica. The last game I played was Wolfenstein. And to that point, I would love to know more from the women on the panel about the games that they would like to do aside from farming, because frankly, I'm more about killing Nazis than chasing chickens. So, what other awesome fighting
me too,
games?
okay? I didn't know what I was doing.
I mean, I understand chickens. They could be working for the Nazis. You don't know.
most likely.
That chicken with the claw, I told you.
But I really would like to know more about the games you'd like to do, dog fighting, things like that are a little more than just poking on the tablet.
A Left 4 Dead one would be cool, but I don't know. I'd be really bad at paintball. I assume that would be the equivalent thing. But I would just get destroyed, just welts everywhere, so I don't know. But I'd be a good human shield, I suppose. No, I wouldn't. I'm small. Never mind. Forget everything I've said.
I like a lot of Nintendo games, so anything like that, like the Fun Fantasy Worlds, that's really cool. But like I said, I do like fighting games and racing games, so like Mario Kart and Dead or Alive, I can throw down. That would be rad.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jeff. First, I just have a quick comment, and then I'll make my question. So the girl before me was talking about playing games with brother and sister. I actually used to play games with my sister, and one of our favorites was actually Donkey Kong Country. At one point, we were playing the second one, and I guess she would always make the movements as if she was playing, even if I was playing. And there was one time when she was doing something really difficult, and she was like, "Wow, you're doing really well," and I'm like, "You're the one playing right now." But yeah, my question is actually going to be that I got into Geek and Sundry because of tabletop. So my question is, what is your favorite tabletop game for anyone?
I started playing the Pathfinder card game, and that's really fun. And nice, thanks one person. And we play a lot of Once Upon a Time at my house because we like storytelling games and Fiasco. So.
On my episode, I played Gloom, and it was really fun because I don't know, I don't have too much of like a morbid personality. In that game, just you kill everyone. So it was kind of fun to explore that side of myself.
Tanto Cuore. Who doesn't love maids that you have to chamber and collect?
Go on. Shadows over Camelot is fantastic.
Basically, all the White Wolf, the storyteller system, I really loved. So I like playing Mage the Ascension. Those games were really fun.
Resistance is probably my favorite.
Oh, it's
vehicle.
Hi, my name is Jesse, so Air 5.
Such a stupid alert.
The last game I played was me Street Pass Pezza for the last 12 hours or so. Were any of you guys surprised, like, say, by me, the flower game in Street Pass Plaza? Did any game surprise you incredibly that you liked it way more than you thought, or that you hated it when it was something you thought you would?
Are you talking for the new Street Pass games or just?
Yeah, just any game at all.
Oh, Bravely Default. I love it. It's so good. It's like a 60-hour RPG made by the same guys who did Final Fantasy. It's amazing. Really good game.
I played a game here this weekend that is called Neverending Nightmares. It's in the Kickstarter area, and it is a horror game, but it's not. It's about dealing with mental illness, and so it's actually really interesting. And so go check that out. It's not in the main area. It's in the Kickstarter room. So play that. That was fun.
What's it called again?
Neverending Nightmares. It's like black and white and drawn. Looks like hand drawn. It's beautiful. And there's a crazy killer baby. So.
All right, I think we've got time for one, maybe two more questions before we do our giveaway. So let's take one more over here.
Hi, my name's Matt. Last game I played was also Bravely Default. So high. So I really love the Geek and Sundry channel, and watching tabletop basically got me through my senior year of college. Because it was my senior year of college, I started to wonder how exactly does one get a job at a company like Geek and Sundry? What sort of things are you guys looking for?
Well, Sherry's already here. She should have answered that one. But yeah, no, I mean, I know for me, I got into entertainment just because I was doing something very different. I was getting a doctorate in forensic psychology, and then I was like, I want to do something more fun than this. And so I started, just working on short films and started doing my own stuff, and then basically made a splash and became friends with Felicia, and that was sort of how I got in the company. But I think really it's about just, you've got to just start making...
Hi. I just wanted to know what do you prefer for games, video games or board games?
Start down the road.
I've just played more video games than board games, so I have to say video games.
I'd have to say video games too.
First of all, I want to say that you look awesome, fresh to death over there. I would probably have to say video games too.
Video games.
If I'm feeling very anti-social video games, what I do love about board games is to actually get to do with your friends, as opposed to just doing it online.
Yeah, it's a tie for me. I like them both for different reasons.
Well, you heard it here first. Tabletop games are dead.
Thank you.
I want to take a second now. We're going to do our giveaway. We have compliments of Microsoft. We're going to give one of you folks a Microsoft Surface Pro 2 tablet and 2 Xbox 60 controllers, so you can play all these great games that you've seen on your tablet. So now we get to watch all of you scramble because one of you under your seat.
You're sitting on
has
something.
A ticket.
Yes.
Wait, taped?
Not your seat.
And if you don't see it under yours, you can search the rest of the room.
Do we have a picture back
Yeah.
here?
Right.
There we go.
I like it. I like it. Oh, God. Now you have one.
Thank you, everyone.
So I want to thank Microsoft for providing us with the giveaway goodies. I want to thank Geek and Sundry for putting this panel together and giving us this great show. I want to thank you all for coming and remind you to watch for the upcoming episodes of Unplugged. And please join me in thanking
And for
our
those of you who
wonderful
don't
panel.
know, Unplugged airs on Thursdays. 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on geekandsundry.com or youtube.com/Geek and Sundry. Subscribe to the channel, please.
And please thank our panelists. Have fun at PAX.
Bastard. Everything as you know it is about to change. When your senses take charge, and that line between reality and the imagined disappears. How real do you want it to be? But for us, it's different. Consider again that dot, you selfish fuck. That's here. That's home. That's us, genius. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever was, lived out their lonely, hapless lives. The aggregate of our joy and suffering, thousands of confident religions, ideologies, and economic doctrines, every hunter and forager, every hero and coward, every creator and destroyer of civilizations, every king and every peasant, every young couple in love, every mother and father, hopeful child, inventor and explorer, jabroni and idiot, teacher of morals, every corrupt politician, every superstar, every supreme leader, every saint sinner in the history of all our species lived there, on that mote of dust suspended in the sunbeam. You stupid fuck! The Earth is a very small stage in a vast cosmic arena. Think of the rivers of blood spilled by all those generals and emperors, so that in glory and triumph they could become the momentary masters of a fraction of a dot. Think of the endless cruelties visited by the inhabitants of one corner of this pixel on the scarcely distinguishable inhabitants of some other corner. How frequent their misunderstandings, how eager they are to kill one another, how fervent their hatreds, our posturings, our imagined self-importance, the delusion that we have some privileged position in the universe are challenged by this point of pale light. Or is that not obvious, you stupid shit? Our planet is a lonely speck in the great enveloping cosmic dark. In our obscurity, in all this vastness, there is no hint that help will come from elsewhere to save us from ourselves. Duh! The Earth is the only world known, so far, to harbor life. God willing, it always stays that way. There is nowhere else, at least in the near future, to which our species could migrate. Visit? Yes. Settle? Not yet. Like it or not, for the moment, the Earth is where we make our stand. It has been said that astronomy is a humbling and character-building experience, much like janitorial services. There's perhaps no better demonstration of the folly of human conceits than this distant image of our tiny world. To me, it underscores our responsibility to deal more kindly with one another and preserve and cherish the pale blue dot. The only home we've ever known, so don't fuck it up.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to PAX East 2014. I want to talk to you about being carbon neutral and purchasing these carbon offsets that really, a lot of you come from far away. How many of you came here on an airplane? You miserable motherfuckers. You're destroying our planet. That's Dave Lang's plan. Only he can fuck it up, and he will. Don't worry. But it's easy to fuck up. How's everybody doing out there? I know I am extremely excited to be here. My name is Jeff Gersman. I'm from GiantBomb.com. Hello. And we got a panel here assembled of the finest crew man has ever known. Vinny Caravella.
Hello.
Brad Shoemaker, who is...
I'm a little busy here, thanks.
Okay. Brad is going to spend... He's going to spend the next 2 hours inflating that thing so he doesn't have to speak.
How's it going to deliver the items if I don't get it inflated?
No, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Representing our foreign contingent from Giant Bomb, New York, Alex Navarro is here.
Oh!
And the one, the only, Patrick Klepek.
Scoop!
Chicago Zone! Yeah. So, we're back here trying not to hurt myself this year. But no guarantees. Boston's a very dangerous city out there in the streets. But yeah, I don't know. What are we doing? This is the end of day 2 of PAX, day 2 of 3. So we've been all out there kind of seeing stuff. You've been all out there seeing stuff. And I figured we'd start talking about some of the stuff we saw, like we always do about this time. Vinny Caravelli, you've been out there.
Yeah.
In the streets.
Yeah, I've been on the
on
floor.
the show floor.
Yeah, with the people.
With the people.
Yeah.
Where it happens.
With the sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the grime.
Yeah.
I cut my finger, and then I had to put gaff tape on it.
Did you cut your finger again?
Maybe.
What are you doing, Vinny?
It's like production good luck, right?
Yeah, production
Yeah.
good luck. It's like break a leg, but it's cut a finger.
That's right.
And
Feel
then
the need to bleed.
Yeah.
Just don't break a finger again.
Yeah, no, that's this hand. Okay. Yeah, that's GameSpot days. This is all Giant Bomb. This is GameSpot hand, this is Giant Bomb hand. Yeah.
Smooth.
Yeah, this one's broken.
Yeah, that one, there's no
Doesn't
going
work
coming back
anymore.
from that one. That one is destroyed.
Yeah, we hit the floor hard.
Yeah. You guys were out there in force today. I was not.
Mini booth. We kind of went straight for the mega booth because that's where the good stuff is.
That's where indies live.
Yeah, and we saw the best thing. Well, one of the first things, and maybe the best thing I saw, was Below, and I thought Below is looking really hot. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. It looks fantastic. We got a chance to play it, and it's a hard game to describe. It's like a way zoomed out camera, and I don't want to say it's Dark Souls-ish, but
Even if you played it like you were playing Dark Souls.
even if I did a little bit.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, it has like a pretty like similar control scheme to Dark Souls. Like it feels kind of immediately familiar. We have like a kind of a heavy character, and you have a sword and a shield and a dodge. And like I've told the story a couple of times, but like so I was driving the demo originally, and then like a lot of the development team has worked on or has played a lot of Dark Souls. So, like it's not a surprise that that's a game that's an easy comparison.
And is it? I mean, is it the same type deal, like behind the back camera, like that sort of
No,
thing?
no,
it's like
like
yeah, I
wide,
was gonna say, like
yeah, it's overhead, top down, like widely zoomed out, but it still has like the kind of weight when you play Dark Souls, and it has. They disabled it in the PAX demo, but the game has like a stamina system, so like you have to be very careful about like when you're using the dash and the roll. But when I passed off the controller to Vinny, so he ran into like one of the like bigger enemies. He's got his shield up and he's letting the guy bash him, and he starts like running around the back of the enemy. I'm like, are you trying to backstab that character?
I was. I couldn't do it. And then, so like when you get hit, you just start bleeding out, right? So like eventually you're just gonna die unless you heal, and I had used up all my healing items. And I remember during the beginning of the demo, like Patrick said, they're implementing a stamina system, but they kind of took it off for the demo because people need to move. And somebody else was coming in for the demo, so I had unlimited dash, and I felt really bad because I was like, I just want to see what else is in here. I had about, 45 seconds to live, and just kept dashing through the entire demo, passing everything that they had spent all their time to make, on a race to get to the end until my guy just died exhausted and fell over, and that was the end of the demo. But I loved it, and I thought it was great. And from there, Brad, what else did we see over there?
Do you even remember?
We tried to go see Enemy Starfighter. Anybody seen that? Anybody like TIE Fighter? Anybody?
Wait, that's the one that was hooked up to the Oculus?
So yeah.
All right, raise
They're
your
only-
hand if you saw that. All right, don't shake those people's hands. They're all sick.
So
There's a
they're-
pink guy there.
They all have pink eye.
They're only showing that game on one Oculus Rift here. They didn't have it hooked up to any monitors or anything. So we were going to go look at that. And the gentleman that had the Rift on was, let's say, perspiring profusely on it. And I just couldn't.
Yeah.
I just couldn't.
yeah, that's. I mean, you think about it, like that's going to end up being like the thing that's going to prevent VR from gaining acceptance for a good long time, like until they can figure out, like, okay, how do we put this kiosk in this store and then let humans put their eyes up to it and not catch a disease or give someone a disease or make it all gross.
I don't know if you know this, but when you put on an Oculus Rift,
You're also putting on every other person who's ever put on that Oculus Rift.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
That's.
I mean, and I know you kids are all VR positive and everything these days.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's great and all.
Wow. Well, I'm working with a trusted corporation. We're working on something that's called an Oculus Dam, and you just put it right in there over it. And hopefully Vinco will be able to get that together pretty soon.
We're not getting into pharmaceuticals just yet.
Come on, man. We'll make a mint.
We just have that toilet paper, like that toilet seat thing you put around the edge and then rip it off, and then flush down the toilet. We're just going cheap.
Just gonna make one of those for Oculus Rift.
So just people have like a ring of paper around their face the entire time.
Would you play Rift games on the toilet?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I would
Would you
play.
guys?
I would play a Rift game of me going to use the toilet. I have no shame.
I feel like, once this really gets going and we've got full pods, it'll just be a hookup and you want to go to a bathroom. It'll
What do
just
you mean
happen.
by hookup?
Like a tube or a hose? Some kind of nozzle system?
Now you're talking Vinco's language.
A funnel. Let's get a funnel.
A funnel.
Problem solved.
Okay. So how was that? Did you watch Starfighter be played?
It looks awesome. They had it up. They had the Rift display on the monitor, and I talked to the guy a bunch. It's one guy making it. It sounds really interesting. I didn't get the full picture of it because I didn't play it, but it's got some Spelunky in there and some FTL sound and stuff.
But you're saying it's kind of a...
But it's an action-y space sim, like
Okay.
in the vein of like TIE Fighter. And
So like
Free
HOTAS
Space.
support, like full
No.
HOTAS, so
No,
like full
it's like-
HOTAS support.
no,
like full like flight stick and hands-on.
He said people that are going to use that stuff are going to have to put in their own configs because he figured they're used to doing that anyway. So, yeah.
He's right.
Yeah.
He's right. No one should spend any time ever developing anything specific for a HOTAS.
It should just come native. It should just be part of DirectX. Just plug it in and go.
See, eventually the HOTAS is going to be in your mind, man, and you're just going to be going like this and it'll work.
Okay, yeah, I'm with that. Excellent.
Like it? See it?
It's good. Yeah, I see it. That's the hand on throttle.
Air
Yeah, I see it.
throttle.
Yeah, I got it.
Air stick.
It's gonna be like a head toss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of ridiculous things, we, Alex, Brad, and I, we saw Roundabout.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
That's probably the most ridiculous thing I saw.
Yeah.
Brad or Alex, why don't you set that one up?
Okay, so who here has actually gotten the chance to check out Roundabout so far? So for those who do not know, it is a game in which you drive a rotating limousine through a city that has, let's just say, is abject chaos. And every passenger you pick up, there is a full motion video sequence that comes attached to it, featuring one of several celebrities from the video game industry playing various characters.
Is that all accurate? Does that sound right?
Yeah, that sounds about right, Dan.
Okay.
Okay, good. And it apparently has, I don't know, you said it was like an hour or so in the actual game, right? But you filmed like 8 hours so far of FMV, yes? Okay. And it's all horrible, but in the best way possible. And it is genuinely, I think, a very clever game. Like, the level designs and the mission designs are totally ridiculous in, like, the best way
Well,
possible.
it's like this weird, it's got this kind of, I played it back at GDC.
Yeah.
It has, the rotating limousine provides kind of a good puzzle element, like an irritating stick or
Yep.
like a Kururin sort of thing.
Yes.
And then you've got a combo system and
Yeah.
missions, and it's just fucking weird.
Yeah, there's a like Tony Hawk style combo system where you collect things as you're going through the city and also mow people over into bloody messes, and that keeps ticking up your combo meter. So that's fun. It's completely like, what did you guys think? I thought it was completely ridiculous.
Yeah, like as I was sitting there, I'm not gonna lie, I was watching Brad now explain it. I was like, this is so dumb. This is how does this even happen? I need to go leave because I need to go make a game because how is this happening?
Yeah.
And then as soon as I picked up the controller, I was like, oh no, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Like the rotating limo is like a puzzle, and you're just trying to you immediately find this flow of trying to rotate it through and navigate. And I have to say, I was probably the best person to ever play that game, right?
That's accurate.
Yeah. Just blew up constantly, just getting stuck between crates and just constantly blowing up, and you can jump like a limo does.
Yeah.
Hydraulics, it's
what happens.
Yeah.
And then the FMV stuff is just spectacularly fantastic.
So the best part of the demo, though, which Vinny you may not be aware of, was when the soccer player came up as one of the characters, and you kept saying, "Oh, who's this guy? He's a really good actor. What's going on?" And that was Dan Teasdale, who was giving us the demo at that very moment.
Oh wow! No, I did not realize that. What a fantastic actor!
Yeah, he was the performance. He was so deep into it, you never noticed.
The wig goes a long way.
Yeah. The wig goes a very long way.
Yeah, it's been exciting to see stuff like that. You know, it's like more and more of the smaller team games and stuff. It's like I occasionally, I've never done it before, have no reason to ever think I should, but there are occasionally some games it'd be cool if maybe we should make a game.
And then you talk for like 5 minutes with the person who made the game, and they're like, "No, I gotta spend 7 years doing this." And like,
I had to spend all this money on a Unity license and all that.
Wait, we don't hate ourselves that much.
Yeah.
Turns out.
And they're like so relieved to get it over, and like, I'm so tired. I'm just so tired. And then I'm like, let's just keep covering games.
Okay, yeah.
Let's just play 'em.
You unsold me on this thing. I was gonna download Game Maker and see you jerks later. I'm off to the races with $1 million to bet with. That's how it works, right? That's independent development.
Yeah.
It's just like the money just starts pouring on.
But you have to just pitch me your idea. Don't make the game. Don't be an idiot. Just sell me and make a prototype and then sell that.
Okay, yeah. Here's my prototype. It's
okay.
Here's a blank piece of paper that this is.
Yeah.
You can do anything, man.
Do you have a pen? Because I need to write you a check on that right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sign me up. I'm selling out today.
Brad, what else did we see? We saw. What was the name of that adventure game we saw?
Last Life?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know the story of that better than I do.
Well, you're like a detective on Mars, and it's all kind of futuristic noir, and you're murdered.
Yes.
And then they 3D print you back into existence.
Yeah.
And then you go solve your own murder.
Ripped from the headlines.
Yeah. There's an awesome shot in the trailer where the 3D printed guy goes and finds his corpse. And he's all trench coat wearing detective guy.
Yeah.
He reaches down and grabs the fedora off the corpse and puts it on his own head.
Yeah.
And then he goes and solves his murder.
Don't shake that guy's hand either.
Yeah. No.
So you're solving your own murder?
Yeah.
So that's like that. Was that murdered
Soul suspect?
Kinda. Yeah.
Sort of. Except in that one, you're a ghost.
I think the concept, and I could be getting this completely wrong, so I apologize if I get the. Did you guys hear it? That's weird.
Keep going.
I'm a ghost.
Is that true?
I'm a ghost. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Hanging out.
So I'm sorry if I get this story weird. That Southie fried chicken, I think that's coming back up on me.
I like the local color. Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Who's from Boston, huh? Yeah. I forget where I was. What was I saying? Oh, the story.
Yeah.
The story goes something like this. Jeff, play the clip.
Did you?
You did bring a clip, right?
You have the laptop. So.
There's a USB drive on it.
All right.
Something like in the future they can 3D print you a new body, and I think they charge for this. And Brad interrupted me.
It's a life insurance policy.
Yeah,
and it's very expensive. So
very expensive. So like once a year they have this party where they take all the people who died that year and then resurrect them for like 3 hours and then pitch them on this insurance policy to be like, you should really get in on this because you're gonna die again after these 3 hours. I thought that was fantastic, and Vinco needs to get it.
That's really fucking grim.
Isn't that super grim?
Like the
I
idea
told you, developers are all fucking dark.
But it actually gets better because all the resurrections are time limited.
Yeah.
So then once you're alive, they upsell you on a subscription that will keep bringing you back to
I
life.
feel like there's a lot that we could learn running a web business on this. As a subscription service, we could really figure a lot out. That sounds cool. What's the look of it? I mean, what is it, like point-and-click adventure?
This was it's a point-and-click adventure game, but this was a prototype. So I mean, it's very boxy, like stylized looking characters, but he didn't have final graphics in. So
okay,
yeah, looked like prototype.
Yeah,
it's great. You just run around buildings. It's crazy.
Also, I love
buildings. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So
Who likes games with buildings?
For a compelling combination of performance and capacity, SSHD rises to the top. And with a price you can afford. Seagate Solid State Hybrid Drive. Speed, capacity, price. Seagate. Storage for life.
And it's like you're holding the gun. And then you can hold it up and shoot it.
Like how many times?
Like, I mean, how many bullets you got? It's bullets.
Do we charge for the bullets?
I mean, I don't see why not.
All right.
Yeah. For $4, we sell a bullet doubler. Splits every bullet in two bullets, but they do half damage. So it's like we're selling nothing.
Man, that's too dark.
That sounds way too realistic.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
We saw Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
Anybody know about Darkest Dungeon?
Deepest. What's Darkest Dungeon?
Yes.
Okay.
No one knows about Deepest.
No. Somebody just had a stroke or something back there.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Boston, rough city.
Again, Brad, I think you came running over to me and were like, "Hey, you gotta check this out.
Yeah,
Stop wasting."
Exactly what I said.
Talk to this guy.
And
Was
how
this
I
last
said it.
night?
Yeah, this was last night.
It's a
And then
really
today
good
we went
Brad
to go see
impression.
Darkest Dungeon. Brad.
Oh, okay. I have to talk. I have to talk now. Great. Yeah,
give
it's like
up.
it's like a side-scrolling dungeon crawl kind of turn-based combat stuff, but like super stylized art, really nice presentation. But there's like a psyche system where every character has like unique phobias and a stress level that you have to manage. And somebody might be terrified of skeletons, and then they don't want to fight the skeletons.
And so as their meter fills up, as they become terrified of these things, they reach a point where they either freak the fuck out and they lose it, or they round the corner and they become more courageous. And then you have to, if they're freaking out, you have to take them to a bar and have a drink with them and kind of mellow them out. And your dungeon party has to find its pieces. And I was talking to one of the guys who worked on it, and I said, "You guys have been taking a lot of cues from your development process, huh?" He said, "Yeah."
I was gonna say that for a minute there, that sounded like Friday the 13th for the Commodore 64.
Yeah,
It's like
a lot of
face
cues from
fills
there.
up, and yeah.
Also sounded like Dave Snyder's method of engineering, where it's just like, man, let's just work really hard and then we'll just go get wasted. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I know you're really scared of skeletons, but dude, it'll be all right.
Yeah, just get some drinks.
Yeah, it'll be okay. It seemed really cool. The classes are super weird. I think one of the classes is leper, which your standard kind of typical tank
Fantasy archetypes.
Yeah, leper can backstab.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, naturally.
I think that's about all I saw.
Yeah, you know what I really like about going to see all these indies is that they're all their own bosses. So it's like anything goes, They can say whatever they want. You can be like, "Hey, you should send us this next week," and they'll be like, "Yeah, okay,"
Yeah,
it's loose. It's a joy.
Yeah, normally it's when it comes to kind of the standard big publisher games, it's like they have a big PR process of just like, well, then at this point we'll negotiate to see who's going to get the first hands-on and who's going to write the best preview for this, and we'll put it in their top slot for a full week, and then we'll get the exclusive, hot exclusives, and you don't get to do things like play. It'll be like really weird things like, I'm going to watch you play this game, and you're not going to let me play it, and that's dumb because you're making a first-person shooter, and I know how those fucking play, so... Yeah. Yes, it is. There's a refreshing amount of freedom with kind of just the way games are changing along those lines, for sure.
Yeah, and I really love going to see those games, and then the person showing you the game is probably the person who spent their life making it, and they're super excited.
And depressed.
And
But they're very excited.
very nervous.
They're very excited to be depressed.
But also super qualified to talk about it, and not like there's 30 kiosks for this game, and we brought these people in and said, here are the 5 bullet points you can discuss. Like did you
It's
like
pretty good, though.
Did you like the
Pretty good
jumping?
jumping.
Did you like the jumping?
It was all right.
All right, I'll note that here. This guy liked the jumping.
The guy with the curly head.
Yeah.
Put it in his file.
And there's an air of danger about the whole thing. Everybody's, I hope this one works. I hope we make it because we might not be here next year. And just seeing everybody.
Yeah, what the dark undercurrent of what that means.
Totally.
We might not be here next year.
I
hope you're here next year.
Yeah.
Everything's a huge risk, and that means everybody's giving everything they got, right? And you can really feel it as you're walking through all those areas. It's not like a Vegas street where everybody's like, hey, come on,
Yeah, no.
you like girls? Come on, to your Darkest Dungeon.
Free to play.
But it's, everybody's like really excited, and not to say big publishers aren't excited, they obviously are, but it seems like some people can become a little detached from the product at that point.
Sure.
And you don't get that at all at the mega booths.
Yeah. And there's room for both. I mean, that's the thing now more than ever is, like it feels like now that the console manufacturers are out there pursuing games of that size, it's really kind of, I don't want to say legitimized because they were playing legitimate before, but, it just gets out there to an audience that, wouldn't necessarily want to play games on PC and wouldn't necessarily take a chance to find things. Like, it's right there on the PlayStation Store, on the Xbox Live Store, right next to
sellouts.
Tomb Raider, right?
Yeah.
Forget those indie games. I don't know. What's next? I'm going back to the big publishers.
Gears of War.
Yeah.
It's going to blow you away this time.
What's new?
2 chainsaws on
What?
the gun. 2 chainsaws. One on top, one on the bottom.
And
Yeah.
Marcus is scared of skeletons.
That's right. Ugh, I hate these skeletons. Oh, God.
Well, Brad, you were talking earlier. You were saying that when you come to a show like PAX, you tend to feel more like I don't know, not necessarily obligated, but you want to go check out the indie mega booth stuff more often than to go check out like the big games that are here, right?
Yeah, I don't want to say I turn up my nose at the big AAA stuff.
Well, that is what you said.
That is
I'm going to
actually
throw
what
you
I
under the
said.
bus now and say that's what you said.
I said I didn't want to say it. It just came out. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, this is the one show where the little indie guys have a chance, right? Like, it's the one place they can get noticed.
Yeah.
And, like,
Well,
we're
there's GDC, they're out
that's
there on
true.
the internet
That's
every
true.
day. There's plenty of opportunities for
Yeah,
everybody.
I guess. But, I mean, this is where the passion really is,
Yeah,
Like, this is...
But the nice part of like the mega booth is like you only need like a Double Fine or a Cappy, like a couple of developers that will get people in. And the nice part of the mega booth is that like then they turn around when they realize like that line is really long, and then they see something like Hyper Light Drifter, and then they go and check that out. Like it's by getting together, they enhance everyone because like you're in that area already, and then you turn your eyes, and then you'll check out the rest of those.
Surrounded by a ton of releases. So, all right, talk to me about Hyper Light Drifter. This was another one of the ID at Xbox games that they showed during GDC, and I remember you saying that you came out of there thinking it was really awesome. I didn't get a chance to look at it. Like, what is that game about?
They
what is
said
that
all the
game
right
about?
things. Like when I talked to them at GDC, it was just like, what are your influences? They're like, Earthbound, Link to the Past, Secret of Mana, Final Fantasy VI. Not in that voice, but like that's how I thought about it in my mind.
In a world where Final Fantasy VI
But
and
one of the-
Earthbound fuck hard. Hyper Light Drifter.
That might be their next trailer if we're not careful, because I like absent-mindedly mentioned to them like after I had a couple drinks like, you guys should put a pizza gun in the game. They're like, yeah, we will. I was like, well, it was like pepperoni or sausage. I was like, it'd be cooler if it was sausage. And so,
Everyone does pepperoni, pepperoni.
So like the thing they talk about is it's like when you play like Link to the Past or like Secret of Mana, like a lot of games like people in this audience are like super familiar with, but like when you played those games when they came out, like they felt like just so good the moment you started playing them. And when you play them now, you can understand like why they were so good at the time, and they're still great games, but they, games have like they've evolved and they've gotten like tighter, and like there's more things they can do with those games. So they want to make a game like that is just like you felt the first time you played any of those games in 2014. And like the moment you like start playing Hyper Light Drifter, you see like this character zooming all over the screen. It's like, oh, that's gonna take me a while to figure out how to play like that. And like within seconds, like it feels completely natural. And like
So what are you doing in it when you're zooming all over the screen?
Like you're hitting A, and like you're kind of like dashing, but like you kind of like zoom a little bit. So like when you're watching it, it seems.
And are you a man on foot with a sword? Are you a gun at the bottom of the screen? Like
yeah, you're a man on foot. It's a top-down action game.
Okay.
And it's got like, to call it pixel art is like so disingenuous because like it's made of pixels, but like not in that way that's just like we're gonna capitalize on people that like old games. Like it just happens to look like pixel art, and it's just like so stylized and so nice. And the guy, so Bo, who is the designer and programmer on Samurai Gun, he's in charge of, as he called it, gameplay feel on this Hyper Light Drifter. Which when you play Hyper Light Drifter, it makes total sense because when you play Samurai Gun, like you immediately feel completely in control of the character. When you play Hyper Light Drifter, you feel immediately controlling the character, which isn't every game. Some games take a long time to feel like comfortable with how you're playing and how you're getting around the world. And Hyper Light Drifter, it's like 30 seconds later, you're just dashing around that screen, like looking really cool, probably dying a lot, but like feeling really comfortable with the way the world's set up. And it's just, it's an old school game like made in 2014 that like, it doesn't have a 3-hour line. It's got like a 15-minute line, and like you should go play.
And so with that, I mean, is it kind of like single screen arena based, or are you making your way through a world and like uncovering a story that way? Or?
Like it's like all those things. Like they have like a co-op mode, they have like a survival arena mode where they're like testing out like the AI they're developing. Like it's a game that was kickstarted like, and they asked for like something ridiculous like $50,000 and got like $500,000.
Oh, sure.
So they had like a small scope and then had to figure out like what do you do when you have all that money. And, like that's a weird thing. Like. And that's one of those things when you talk about developers that like suddenly get like literally kind of swamped with cash. Like they don't necessarily have a plan for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
They have to then reformulate the Kickstarter to what do you do with $500,000? Like that's sounds like a lot of money, but then how do you spend that? Like where does that go? And for them it was like figuring out like this could be this small thing or it could be this big thing. But then what is that big thing even is? And that's not even what you pitched people anymore. You sold people on something, they gave you way more money. So how do you like reconcile both things?
It's like do you just take that money and go like, well, now we can spend longer making it great with this small team because we have enough money to burn, or do we burn it all by bringing on more people to get it done more quickly?
It's really tough because like the scope of your game changes. When you sold people on a certain idea.
I mean, that was the whole Broken Age thing, man. Like,
absolutely. I mean, that's just game development. Like games change all that way in the background. You just never hear those stories. And so when you see these games change, like it makes sense that people get angry because they're like, well, I put my money down for this, but it's like, well, that's not how games work. Like games change, and like that's what I really love about watching these processes kind of play out. Is like it's really healthy for folks to understand that games when they're pitched are like wildly different when they ship.
Sure.
And then learning to realize that you have to let go of that stuff, even if you've only put in $15 or something like that. Like those games change.
Yeah, and it seems like there's only ever going to be a percentage of people that play games that care about them enough to want to know how they're made and stuff like that. But I think that's analogous to the movie industry. Like I don't really care who produces or directs most stuff. At the end of the day, when it comes to movies, I just don't care about them enough as a form, or see enough of them to go like.
For a compelling combination of performance and capacity, SSHD rises to the top. And with a price you can afford. Seagate Solid State Hybrid Drive. Speed, capacity, price. Seagate. Storage for life.
Don't give a shit that much. There's like,
but
this game looks cool, I'll get it. This game looks cool, I'll get it. Whatever.
Yeah, but like being disappointed. Like I don't root for Kickstarters to fail, but like lots of games fail all the fucking time. Like
it's because they're
most
launching
games,
9
most games
a
are
week. It's like there's like 9 Kickstarters a week for games. Like, they're all just like, we also need $500,000.
Right, but but even like the folks we know, like all the games you hear that like want to get made and don't get made, like that happens. More failures happen than successes. You just only hear about the successes because that's the ones you want to talk about.
Yeah, it seems like that happens at larger publishers all the time too. Games that like, oh, this is my dream game. I'm trying to pitch it, trying to find a way to make the money work. Trying to we want to make the sequel to this, but we can only do it if we can do this, this, and this. And, it kind of happens all over the place.
Hey Jeff.
Hi.
I don't want to blow your mind or anything. Get ready. I've got an interview opportunity for you. I know somebody that's played Stronghold. Should we go do this?
Yeah.
Wanna go interview this guy?
Yeah. Let's interview this guy. All right, here we are, live on the floor at PAX East 2014. I'm joined by Drew Scanlon. How you doing today?
Hey, excellent. Thanks.
Great. Glad to be here. Good to see you. I understand you played a game. Is it Stronghold?
Stronghold. Yeah, Crusader 2.
Crusader 2. So like Crusader No Remorse, or like just Stronghold Crusader? I don't know what. Okay. Let me back up. Can you take it again? PAX PAX East 2014. Boom, we're here, motherfuckers. I got Drew Scanlon in the house. We're gonna talk about Stronghold, Crusader 2. What the fuck is this game, yo?
This game. We got Stronghold.
All right. I can fuck with that. What is a stronghold? What do you put in your stronghold? What are you trying to hang on to? You keep.
You gotta keep your keep.
You gotta keep your keep. What's in the what's in the keep?
I can't tell you.
What the fuck?
You gotta get in the keep to see.
All right, that is really heavy. That is like some next level Castle Doctrine type shit. You got to get up in there and see this. That is, I don't even understand. What? Okay, no, seriously. What is Stronghold? You played this?
I did, yeah. It's way better than Stronghold 3. That's all you need to know.
All right, way better than Stronghold 3. You heard it here first. Thanks everybody watching. We'll be back next week, and see you. Woo! It's just that easy. That's exactly how it happens.
We had to do that. We had to get at least one, or this whole trip isn't justified.
I know, yeah. We don't shoot anything other than this panel. It's like, why?
We can't come back.
Yeah, no. Exactly.
Good interview.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good questions.
Felt good. Oh, yeah, well, thank you. That's, yeah. So I had prepared for you. So. You guys see anything else? Vinny, we covered you. Brad, seems like you're squinting, going like, I don't even know what video games are, man.
Tapped out, man. I got to get back to this donkey.
All right, you keep inflating that donkey.
All right.
It's weird. It's like I hear that like once every 2 months in the office.
Yeah.
I thought we would escape it out here.
Yeah. We had to push this video shoot back. Brad was inflating the donkey.
Where I go, the donkey goes. All right.
Okay. No, that's. Hey, man, I get it. Alex.
Hi.
How's it been going?
It's been all right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We drove in.
We did.
To Boston from New York.
We had your iPad going and Mixler going the whole time.
That's right. We did a live broadcast of the 4-hour drive from New York to Boston.
Did you guys do that while you were still eating lunch, too?
Yes.
I feel like I saw that. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
we stopped at a deli somewhere in Connecticut, and Jeff said, yes, let's keep this going while we go have sandwiches. And then we went in there, we went to the counter, and the woman didn't tell us that we were supposed to go sit down and talk to a waitress to get food. So we ordered at the counter, and then we tried to sit down, and the waitress yelled at us because apparently you can't do that. So there was a whole thing. Finally, they let us sit down, and the waitress actually hit me with a menu. Wow. I'm not kidding. She actually hit me with it. Connecticut,
she was sassy.
Connecticut does not fuck around when it comes to its dining laws, apparently.
They don't like being live streamed on the internet. I'm sure you told them all that's what was happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we announced that as soon as we walked in there.
Not only am I a top Yelp reviewer, but this is being live streamed.
I'm sure you heard of Mixler.
I've checked into this establishment 18 times, and I'm 2 away from becoming the mayor, and how dare you?
I don't think that would have gone over very well. Every single person in that restaurant looked like the sort of person who would think the NSA was bugging their phone.
And it turns out we were the ones bugging the restaurant.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know. That is our dark future, and I'm willing it to happen.
But yeah, we drove up.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It was good.
Yeah, a lot of dead trees. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't see that out west. Not a lot of trees.
Well, we have winter here.
Yeah,
they don't have that where you come from.
That sounds like a bunch of bullshit.
Kind of is, yeah.
Yeah. So, this is being live streamed here tonight, right?
It is, yes.
So everyone at home that is watching from the comfort of their home, that's not watching our archive, our clean archive, I'm sorry.
You calling the stream dirty?
I'm sorry about the gigantic ad.
We work a little blue here, yeah.
It's super fucking weird. I was watching it earlier. It's just like, did you know you could order this shit? Like over the panel, like, what is going on?
Is it like right below us, like right now? Like right here?
Is it like,
it's like
new
A?
right?
Like they should buy this right here?
I think so.
Yeah, like,
I don't know.
buy that. Buy this right here.
I don't know what it is.
It's like
it's like there's like a paragraph of text about a product, and it's just like, here's an item you could buy. Anyway, now back to these guys doing a trivia show or whatever. That was weird. It was a weird thing. It was a weird thing. Alex, you've been here almost the entire time. You saw some games.
I did.
Let's hear about it.
So most of the games that I saw are the ones that they saw, but I did see a couple of other things.
Fuck you.
Okay. I actually got to sit down and play Transistor today.
Yeah.
See, it's still super weird for me how super into the Supergiant stuff everyone is, because Greg was my boss for a lot of years, and it's still weird to think of him as like someone out there, putting out his craft, his art, and people are way into it.
Yeah.
I go up there and I'm just like, oh cool, there's that guy who used to sign me reviews all the time, and now he has made these games that everybody loves.
Yeah, it's been cool to see that. I mean, it debuted here. Was that last?
Yeah,
year?
it was last PAX
the
East.
first
Yeah.
time it was playable, and I thought it was pretty cool back then. So you saw what is? I mean, they're real close to fine. They just announced their release date. It's May 20th, so they're out real soon.
Yeah, they're content locked. They're just bug fixing at this point.
Did you say butt fixing?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, it's just echo up here.
Yeah, butt fixing.
Okay, they're butt fixing.
Yeah.
And what did you think of it?
I like the demo that they showed last year an awful lot. This is the same section of the game that they showed last year, but the changes are like in the art and the animation and just like sort of the UI and polish are really evident. I mean, I thought it was fun before, but even just sitting in that booth with the headphones on, I kind of just sort of lost track of what I was doing. I was just, I got super into it, and I was really bummed that the demo was over in about 10, 12 minutes or whatever, because it's really engrossing and really good. The combat is pretty phenomenal, especially the stuff where you can kind of plot out the different attacks that you do.
Right.
That becomes really interesting, the sort of, dodging and weaving between the different stuff and trying to take down all the different enemies. It's really fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool strategy to it.
Yep.
That seems pretty refreshing. And
Yeah.
Stuff, so, yeah.
Is there a lot of blood?
There wasn't really any blood because you're mostly
Greg
just
didn't work on this. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, there's not really any blood. You're mostly just killing these weird enemies that look like robots or these weird creatures, and I don't really know what the context for them or anything in the world is because they haven't really.
Its context is blood.
It's kind of gross.
Well, it's transistor. It's not trans.
Keep going.
It's not trans.
Yep.
Not bailing you out on this one. You dug the hole on this. You dig your way out. Go on.
It's not trans.
Don't help him.
It's like now it's just turned into an improv show.
Come on, pun
trans
master.
what?
No.
Come on, pun master.
This is the only way he'll learn. Come on.
No, that's not gonna work. There you go. Done. Thank you.
God damn it.
It'll come to me later.
Oh, you know what? Somebody ran up to me excitedly yesterday to tell me that he knew.
Trans hipster. How about that?
There you go.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. We got
That somehow makes even less sense, but all right, sure.
Guy came up to tell me what a journeyman pun master is.
Yeah, what is it?
A punder study.
Wow. You sure that man was a journeyman? That's pretty good.
And that's the Giant Bomb panel, everyone. Thank you very much for coming out.
I'm just the messenger here.
That's pretty good. Did Donkey bring you that one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
No, it was a guy.
Why don't you keep blowing up the donkey?
Yeah, how's that donkey going, Brad? Come on, what are you doing?
Brad's comments are getting better and better, so you might as well just keep going.
As he's running out of oxygen.
I think it's the hypoxia.
Yeah. Get the oxygen away from your brain.
It's definitely not the Jameson we had before.
Yeah.
The panel.
It's not helping. How about what else?
I didn't get to play too much else, but I went and checked out a couple of other things. Let's see. I went and saw Hotline. I watched a bunch of people play Hotline Miami 2. I would have been fine with him continuing. I don't care.
No, it's all I up here is echo. So
okay.
that's all that's happening.
Yeah.
I can't hear you. I want to hear you tell me about Hotline Miami 2.
Okay.
Again, I have not seen this game.
Yeah.
Is it just the first game again?
I mean, from a gameplay perspective?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they made Hotline Miami again, and it's somehow bloodier and crazier.
All right.
And it's now Hotline Miami 2.
All right.
So yeah, that's what I got to say about that one.
Yeah, cool.
And the other one I checked out for a while was Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time.
Yeah.
I think I talked about that one at PAX last year, but that game is real cool.
You gonna die over there?
Not yet. Just keep at it.
All right.
Yeah.
Keep going, Brad.
Go over there.
Deep.
co-op game, and it's a little bit like FTL in that you're piloting a spaceship, and all the different rooms in the spaceship, you have to have people in them to maintain the different systems, like the shields and the weapons and the engines and what have you.
Yeah.
And it's kind of frantic because you have to, you're constantly, there are threats coming from different areas of the of space.
Yep. Just right here. Right here. You and me.
I got you.
We're just talking.
I'm so scared, Jeff. I don't know what to do.
It's fine.
All right.
It's fine.
Alex, this is like a normal work day. Just keep looking at Jeff.
If this was like a
Don't look at me.
If this was a normal work day, I'd be watching porn 6 hours out of the day.
So look at Jeff.
So that's what you're doing all day.
Hang on 1 second.
Now it's time for street passing.
Grunt a little lower.
You want to take a ride with me? Do you want to blow up the donkey?
Tell me about the doll, Jeff.
You're gonna blow up the donkey.
Yeah, we're gonna blow up the doll. We're gonna blow up the donkey.
You're gonna blow up the donkey with me. Lovers in a dangerous space-time.
Fuck yeah.
So what else is going on?
That's
about it.
Yeah.
This donkey has multiple teats on it.
Man. And we're the website that broke the Xbox DRM stuff. What a stupid thing.
It's the only way it works. You can't have one without the other. We're a one-stop shop. We've got some occasional news and then bullshit.
Mostly bullshit.
Mostly bullshit.
They just don't pay attention to us. Like, oh God, oh no.
It's always really funny. Like, sometimes we'll get people asking, like, "Hey, can we get the logo for your site so we can put it in an ad?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Fine, dude. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, fine, sure.
Is anyone from CBS here tonight?
What?
Is anyone from CBS in the audience tonight?
No, I don't.
Oh, thank God.
They don't know what the fuck we're doing.
All right, good.
Still.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much where you're at?
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. Really, the best part is where he's blowing on the donkey.
Every growing boys need milk.
Yeah.
Patrick.
Yep.
You're a growing boy.
Well, I just turned 19.
Yeah. We had to sneak into that bar last night, but, it worked out pretty well. Well, you got in.
Yeah. Couldn't make it to the top floor. Not important enough.
Right. So.
We're so sorry.
You've been out and about. You've been conducting some interviews. You actually booked appointments for this show like a goddamn professional.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate.
Someone's got to try.
Yeah.
At least like a little. Oh, jeez.
All right, Patrick, we'll get back to you.
You guys want a donkey?
I feel like we should have some like Peter Frampton queued up right now or something.
You're going to have to go into that crowd.
Be gentle.
To
Be gentle. His name is Cornelius.
That's. You're supposed to throw. It's like a beach ball.
Yeah, keep
You
going.
don't get to keep the
Wait,
fucking
wait,
ball.
wait. Okay.
Mind the cameras, please.
That's esports, right? That's
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
Big
esports.
plays.
This is our Dota commentary.
Yep, that
Fly,
was-
donkey!
That was
This
the,
is pretty much. This is the trailer for the International Four.
that was the worst.
Is more or less how it goes. That's.
Bring me my armlet of Mordigian!
But now it's got to come back with like a sword.
Yeah,
or
it's
something,
gonna come
right?
back with some stuff, and then Dindy will be there.
Someone is definitely going to put a stop to that.
I don't know.
Also reasonable.
Well, okay.
Well, that was stupid. All right.
Yeah. That won't be a distraction for the next hour and a half. Patrick!
If you keep throwing it, they can't grab it from you.
Like I can't look away.
It really is something. Oh, that, well.
Yeah!
Dave, you could have stopped it. You could have stopped it and you didn't.
Smart man, smart man. Patrick, so What have you been out there seeing? You gave a talk yesterday.
I did. We talked about most of the games that I took. The last game that I actually got to see. Oh God. So here's the.
I don't even hear you right now, to be honest.
So that's happening while I'm going to somehow introduce the last game I saw. This War Is Mine, like a really serious war game about like civilians on
I
the
heard about
side
that game
of
today.
wars. This just explains a lot about Giant Bomb.
It's a lot like war.
All right.
So this war.
I'm really sorry.
You're not really, but I appreciate you saying it. Someone grab his phone.
Yeah. That's not his phone anymore. That's my phone now. That's my phone now. All right. This War Is Mine?
So this War Is Mine is from like 11-bit studios. It's their kind of whole premise is the idea that they, you see a lot of war games, and the idea is like, in war there are like people kind of on the sidelines, and you don't really, there are kind of just like scripted horrible sprites on the corner, and instead they want to try and tell their story. So the general premise of this is the best.
No, go on.
Yeah.
Describes my general workflow with Giant Bomb. And so you sort of like, you have this zoomed out, and you have like a couple of different people that you can control, and you have like a day and night cycle, and like, so it's like they didn't pick like an actual war that they picked from. They're just like, hey, like just generally speaking, like there are civilians, and like they have to like scavenge for things. So you have like a day and night cycle that you choose between these different characters, and they're like, some are combat, some are scavenge. And then in the day, you basically like, you build beds. It's, fun gameplay mechanics.
Yeah, bed building.
And you lay that stuff
It works
out.
for Minecraft.
Yeah, it's like Warcraft.
Yeah. They should make a game called that.
Yeah. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
And so
Patent
like,
pending.
so that it's interesting. Like the mechanics themselves are like kind of, it's a really rough. It's like I think it's a better concept than it is a game quite yet. But the idea of like controlling the people like on the side of a war, I think is an interesting idea.
Yeah.
And they're. Yep.
No, I'm listening. Go on.
Okay, it's time for the donkey to come home.
Let's bring the donkey home.
Well, we're almost there.
I said bring the donkey home.
Okay. There he is. Hi, donkey. Is that somebody's underwear on there?
Oh God, why is it sticky?
Is there a bra on there?
I hope you're happy.
I should probably rub my eyes now.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's not the only nightmare we have in store tonight. So,
Not by a long shot.
Yeah. So,
Thank you. Just like put this into my mouth. Hand
don't
sanitizer.
drink Purell. I think you'll go blind. I don't know.
It might be better.
Yeah. That's.
Let me know how the rest of the panel goes.
Yeah. So you are building beds and stuff like that. Is there actual conflict happening that you have to then avoid, or?
Yeah. And like they were still building all that stuff out. I squeezed too much of that in the sanitizer. So if anyone wants to come shake my hand and take some of this off of me, they talked a lot about like Papers, Please, like the idea of in some ways tricking people to like think about like more serious subjects, like because you have like these like games for change and like stuff like that, which like it's a really noble goal, but the games aren't any fun.
Right.
Like it's a lot more
It's
interesting.
like the dark secret that no one likes to talk about when they talk about serious games.
Yeah.
Is that they're serious.
Seriously bad.
Yeah.
Like they're not
It's
any
like,
fun
this
to play.
isn't- Yeah. It's like
And they
you're
don't
getting-
have to be fun, but like the mechanics have to be engaging, right? Like Papers, Please isn't necessarily like fun, but it actually like you have a series of rules and like you feel good when like you apply those. Like
It's the sort of thing, like Papers, Please, I think works in multiple ways, because if you completely detach from the awfulness that is written into that game,
like you,
the mechanics are still extremely engaging and a lot of fun to work with. But yeah, a lot of that stuff is just like, well, if this story wasn't here, this would not be a product. So this would look at like, well, I'm just clicking on stuff.
And it's like
Oregon Trail, for example. Serious games.
And that game did really well. That game like sold well over 1 million copies. Like it's done like exceptionally well.
Papers, Please.
Yeah.
Not Oregon Trail.
and like proves that like you can like tackle like serious subjects and people that like traditional games. Like you can find a cross section of people that like want like more serious material, but also like this is still like a really interesting game to play. And Papers, Please is like a great example of that.
I want to say, I never noticed. Your hands are so soft. Like, I just watching you putting that, it's like I couldn't stop looking at them.
Smell great. Like, if you want some more of this, I've got like some I could like kind of just like scoop up.
Yeah, just like rub more of that on your hands, please. Like, do that for a little while.
So I just
Yeah.
scoop up this hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you get the chance, you should come up here. You should touch Patrick's hands. They're really soft.
I need to listen to Scoops and the Wolf more often.
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't know what I'm missing.
I didn't realize it was so hot.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sometimes you have guests on that I like to see. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of fun. Like, one of the things that I thought a lot about when I decided to move back to Chicago was like John Madden was like a big worldwide audience, and like a lot of what we were doing in San Francisco was like very West Coast based, and like let's start at 4 p.m., which is like a weird time for a lot of folks.
Yeah.
And so one of the things I wanted to do when I moved back was like try and like create things for like that reflects the fact that Giant Bomb is like a worldwide audience, has like people that are watching and like can't tune into a lot of live shows.
Yeah.
And so it's been a lot of fun. Like having the guests has been like really interesting, and it's like all the people who've been watching, like it's been a really fun thing to do. So we definitely appreciate that.
Very much so.
Cool. Then we'll talk more about Giant Bomb Chicago.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
That fucking shit show.
I appreciate the one clap.
Jesus Christ.
Well, it was really great that we got our show up right after it aired, as opposed to just disappearing for a weekend.
Jeez. Yeah. I wish I had more time instead of setting up your fucking show.
Well, okay. We're lucky enough to have a lot of the folks that work in the game industry here with us tonight that make it so much fun to get out there and talk to people. It's been one of the things that's been one of the most rewarding things about building this site is kind of just figuring out like who are the cool people to talk to that have interesting things to say and are often unchained and will just talk about anything no matter what and go completely unhinged. John Drake nervous laugh. That's been a great time. So we have a few folks in here tonight we'll bring up, and I sprung this on them right before the show started. Gio Corsi is here from PlayStation. You want to come up for a little bit? Yeah. I think where we actually sit people here. Come up here, walk all the way across the stage. Good to see you. So now, Gio, how long have you been with PlayStation?
I've been with PlayStation for 8 months.
Yeah, and you're working with Adam Boyes.
I am, yeah.
What's it like working for that nightmare of a man?
Actually gave that nightmare of a man his first job in the industry.
Really?
Yeah.
So was that...
yeah, you can blame me. You're the vector.
Yeah. So that would have been, I guess, is that QA at EA?
Yeah, Electronic Arts Canada in the mid-90s when we all had hair and everything was amazing.
I remember the mid-90s. Yeah. Was it really that amazing?
It was.
Okay, all right.
Two words, frosted tips.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Yeah, I spent a good... I would always bleach all the way and then let it grow out, so it would be like a natural tip sort of thing.
I didn't, and this is what happened.
So last time I did it, chemical burn real bad. My hair, I feel like it stopped growing the same way after that. And it was
that's just age, buddy.
Shit. Yeah. Fuck. It was real scary. Yeah. It was a real scary moment. Yeah. But for a little bit there, I had kind of looked like Ric Flair.
I just want to say good job on the donkey. Thank you. Now that I'm here. And
I put a lot of myself into it.
Yeah, I can tell.
Boo this man.
So, Gio. You have been one of the key points of contact on Twitter for this, building the list.
Yes.
And that's been, I guess, like since last PAX or even
PAX Prime. Yeah.
since PAX Prime. People have been able to tweet you at GeoCourse with like the games they would like to see.
Yes.
And it seems like that's been. I imagine you've gotten a lot.
I've been tweeted at a number of times.
So what sort of games? I mean, it seemed like this was, you were looking for like not only kind of dormant franchises that Sony controls, but also kind of other third-party things. So like, what's the goal with that stuff? Are you the finder? Do you find studios to work with IPs to work on games?
I do, absolutely. But the goal of the building the list was to see what people were passionate about and just give the. There you go.
Yeah.
See, that's my life right now.
All
That's my
viable
life.
franchises.
Yeah. You should block that guy.
You're really picking winners.
Yeah.
It's, I'm going. I'm at PAX Prime having dinner with Dave Lang. You guys talking about Shenmue? I'm traveling to Japan. Is it about Shenmue? I'm having dinner with my wife. You guys talking about Shenmue and eating about Shenmue? There's a lot of passion for Shenmue. Is anybody passionate about Shenmue out there?
Is there a way to cancel out passion? Like, could I just stand up here and say, like, look, don't make Shenmue? Can I like put a stop to it? Is that?
Who here isn't passionate about Shenmue?
It's a fucking bullshit forklift simulator for assholes. You people have been fucking fooled. That game was never that good. It was just a bunch of like half-assed ideas put together in a way that you had never seen before. It's a fucking tragedy that you're like, man, let's make another Shenmue. What is Shenmue gonna 3 gonna be like? Well, this is actually Shenmue parts 6 through 14 in Yu Suzuki's grand scheme. It's in the glove box of his Ferrari. Just dig it out. It'll make a whole lot of sense. God damn it, man, Shenmue.
So yeah, that's.
So when's Shenmue coming out?
I don't know. According to the latest tweets, apparently Phil from Xbox and I are going to make the game together. We're going to, release it on Nintendo, and it's just going to be the most amazing thing ever.
Yeah.
So it's a big Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo jam. It's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one thing I've always said is that Shenmue belongs on an underpowered platform.
Yeah.
What else? It just sometimes it just comes out, man. What else have been the big hits? I know. I remember when I was talking to you about it while we were drinking pretty heavily at PAX. I think I might have just shouted Parappa and Jet Moto over and over again.
Yeah. Those are popular.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And what else has been?
Well, at GDC, I got langed like many of us did, and he started this whole Windjammers. Called me out by name, called me out by my Twitter handle, and said, hashtag, what was it, follow the conversation? Yeah. So building the list and follow the conversation. So, I wasn't anywhere near my phone at all, but the next morning, you have 400 new tweets. And it's like, what? Like, what the hell? And it was Windjammer, so thank you, Dave Lang.
Yeah, I got a text message from Dave Lang one night that said, hey, if you really want to make Geo's life a living hell, you should go retweet the last thing I tweeted. I didn't go read it. I had been drinking.
Yeah.
So I look at my phone and go, all right. Let's go hit it. And I read it after that. I go, well, okay.
Yeah.
So when's Windjammers coming?
Yeah.
So, obviously, can't really get into specifics about any of that stuff, but has there been progress made on any of these games? I mean, some of them seem like they're...
We're talking to a lot, but a lot of them are very dormant and tied up in legal shenanigans and stuff, but we investigate almost everything that comes to us on the list.
Cool. Wow. That sounds...
No promises.
Yeah.
Not saying anything's going to happen, nothing saying, we're going to announce anything soon, but yeah, we use it as a gauge to see what people are passionate about. And,
well, I'm looking forward to playing the remake of Vib Ribbon, and
you and 4 others.
That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna
5.
I'm digging
5. Boom.
6.
Make it work with Spotify.
How many won Vib Ribbon?
Okay, how many of you who cheered have actually played Vib Ribbon?
Okay.
That's less. I'm just saying.
How many of you stole it because it wasn't released in this country? Okay, yeah.
We're not cops. You can say.
We are cops. Legally, I have to